Hi DSE candidates. In this video, I'm going to give you some exam tips for acing HKDSE Paper 3 Listening and Integrated Tasks. In this video, I'm going to give you some tips for Part A. Then, I'm going to talk about some common text types in Part B1 and B2. Lastly, I would like to give you some tips for Part B. In Part A, Task 1 and 2, responses are usually quite short and straightforward. Common types of questions are blank filling questions, short responses, form filling, sentence completion, a flowchart, or a map. Be prepared that what you will hear will be different from what you need to put down. For example, in HKDSE 2019, in the question, the word concern is used. However, in the recording, the speaker used a different expression, problems, instead of using the same word in the question. So, when you attempt the question, don't forget to also listen to synonyms. In tasks 3 and 4, the speakers are usually less direct. You need to listen for main ideas, make inferences, and summarize main ideas. In task 4, you often need to hear a monologue or an interview. You need to hear a large chunk of information, and the speaker may not repeat for you. Sentences for note-taking are very long. For example, in HKDSE 2019 Task 3, you need to jot down 13 words in your answers. So as you jot notes, please use short forms. In Task 3 or 4, there are usually Q&A questions. The question will give you clues on what tense you should use in your answer. For example, in 2019, this question used did. So it shows that you also need to use past tense in your answers. In this slide, I'm going to give you some tips for Part A in the pre-listening stage. Before the listening clip is played, make use of the preparation time to do the following steps. Step 1, you should read the situation to understand the context or the topic. In step 2, you should read the instructions and understand what you need to fill in each task. Next, in step 3, you should understand all the keywords and underline them. Anticipate what the synonyms or words related to the topic you are going to hear. Then, in step 4, you should predict the possible answers. Lastly, in step 5, you should identify the appropriate language that you need to use. For example, the parts of speech, tenses, or singular or plural nouns. I'm going to show you how to brainstorm possible answers and the parts of speech in this slide. Let's take a look at item 2 and 3. In these two items, you need to put down students' opinions about mobile phone policy. So as you can see in the question, is and also more are used. So you can make a guess that in these two blanks, most likely you are going to fill in adjectives. Now, let's take a look at item 5 and 6. These two items are about students' request for a new policy. As you can see in item 5, for is used, and in item 6, when is used. So therefore, we can guess that now and gerund should be used to talk about a purpose because for is used here, or maybe a period of time. Judging from the word when, you will know that item number 6 is also something related to time. Next, I'm going to give you some tips in the while listening stage. As you listen, if you are not sure whether a point is relevant or not, jot down the key points by using the short forms in the margin. You only need to write down enough to help your memory later. This is an important trick because in task 3, a lot of items were not repeated for you. For example, in 2019, there were a total of 13 items in task 3. However, only 4 of them were repeated for you. So, you need to jot down the keywords in the margin. However, what does that mean by keywords? Keywords are nouns. They tell you names of people, things, and places. Action verbs are also keywords because they indicate what actions people should take. In other words, what people should do. Focus on form and time when you jot down verbs. If the question is about speaker's opinion, then you need to listen to adjectives because they reveal the speaker's feeling or opinion. Here I'm going to show you some examples of how to jot notes. As you can compare the exemplars of level 5 sample and level 2 sample. In level 5, keywords are clearly noted down, like the word design or the verb decide. So you can see the expression of meaning is very clear because all the keywords like nouns or verbs are clearly written according to the recording. However, in the level 2 sample, this candidate only put down nouns like things or verbs like do better choice. You can see that what things are referring to is very unclear. And also what to do and how to do a better choice is also very unclear. So therefore, jotting down keywords are very important. Apart from listening to keywords, in the while listening stage, focus on connectives and sequential words or phrases. Connectives are also, moreover, next, but, however. If you are listening to steps or a chain of events, you are going to hear sequential words or phrases like first, next, then. The first one, the other one, or another point. These words are important because they tell what the answers are for the next set of questions. In other words, when you hear them, they indicate a new point or an answer is coming. In the post-listening stage, you should do accuracy check because grammatical accuracy is very important. You should check the spelling, tense, parts of speech, singular or plural, subject-verb agreement, and also the meaning of what you have written down.